Talk nerdy to me. Yaiba, Samurai Legend. This said it was a Y14 show on Netflix. So I really could have watched this with my kids because it's about this kid, Yaiba. He lives out in the wilderness with his dad, who is also like teaching him the ways of the samurai. They just use these kendo sticks though because it seems like swords are outlawed because it's in current times more or less, but it's not that crazy. So, like I said, he's training his dad's training him out there. Then they accidentally get into this crate of bananas and get shipped to the mainland or to I don't know wherever, like into the city, right? And then they move in with this family who is like supposed to be the best swordsman, or they move in with them. It's just really goofy and kind of stupid at first. He goes to school with the girl that of the dad who's like the master. He's like the greatest or whatever, and in the country or world or whatever. So he goes to the little boy goes to school with her, and there's this guy who is supposed to be the best at the school, and he antagonizes the hell out of this guy. And the guy is like, "You're not worth my time," and whatever. But he's constantly trying to fight him, and he finally gets him to fight him, and then he finally beats him. He kind of cheats. This kid cheats, really. Like, he uses everything to his abilities. I don't know. Like, he'll throw his sandals. He'll use everything that he can to beat this guy, and then finally beats him. And this guy's like, "Oh, I'm shamed," so he finds this relic, which is this sword, and it turns him into an oni, and then he is easily able to beat Yaiba because he's an oni and has this sword, this like wind power sword, and then he turns like all these animals into like his soldiers to go out and fight for him. Like, like there's a serpent, there's a frog, there's like all these different creatures, and so kind of like every episode is a different creature that Yaiba is beating. Yaiba finds out that there's another sword that he can use to fight that dude that's got turned into an oni, and it's a lightning sword, but he can't wield it because like he gets shocked every time, right? He gets hit with lightning, and then he gets turned into an oni himself, so he can't actually hold it. So this old man who's like this dual blade samurai, that's an old man, he's a viejito. He teaches him how to do it, and he teaches him how to be better. So it's a lot of it is like he's learning, right, from like all these different masters. He's learning along the way, and then he even gets like teleported to the past to like this duel when the viejito was young and like really made a name for himself against this other guy that the evil people brought back to life. And then, of course, in fashion, they beat him and he becomes an ally, or kind of, sort of, what he does. And then they finally take on the army of this Oni guy. And it's weird because, like, this kid doesn't even use the wind, like, because they can pop the gem out of this sword. And so he learns these techniques, but he doesn't use the stone or gem or whatever that gives him the lightning power because he's just like he's kind of afraid of it. He uses it from time to time, but he hasn't mastered it. And I'm like, this Oni dude is like, he's been using it a lot longer. So when they actually fight, like it is a legit challenge for him. But it's one of those things where like he doesn't beat Yaiba. It's like a standstill, but then he gets Yaiba's lightning stone and runs away, and now like he's kind of like leveled up. So Yaiba has to learn how to beat this dude of his own volition without like any powers and any like really. I mean, yeah, he gets help from people. Like this girl comes in, and it was this girl that he saved when she was a little girl, and now she's like teenaged. I don't know. It's kind of weird with the timeline. It's a little confusing. It seems like, but Anyways, it's just constantly like him leveling up and learning from these different masters. It's not bad, but it is for kids because it's like when it told me it was Y14, I was like, okay, so it's too adult for my 5'3" and 1.5, and it really isn't. Like, yeah, there's violence and there's fighting and stuff, but I don't recall like any cursing. It doesn't really seem. Yeah, I guess there's a little bit, of that anime inappropriateness with like girls and stuff, but not too much. Like it's because they're kids, so it's not really. It's just barely there. Even that, I would say like it's not really a thing too much in that. So I liked it. It's good that it's fine to have it in the background. I think it's like on episode 14 or something like that on Netflix. It's also on Hulu/Disney Plus. So I assume it's also dubbed up to that point as well because like once you get up to that, I think like 14 or maybe episode 12, it's not dubbed. So for me it's not good enough to watch subbed. I won't watch it subbed. Not because I'm like, I can't stand it, but I'm like, this is just not good of enough of an anime for me to watch subbed where I'm like fully paying attention. But to have on in the background, it is entertaining enough to be like to catch parts and pieces and to go like, oh, okay, yeah, this is decent, this is solid. So that being said, like I kind of feel like if I run out of stuff, I might throw this on for my kids and see how if they're into it, like while I'm doing dishes or something like that. But like overall, like for me, and I'm assuming for my kids, it's probably just going to be worth checking out. So check out our merch at TNTM the store where you can find merch on sale with free shipping. 5% of any profit that we make off our merch goes to a charity for the month. For Agosto, it was Palestine Children's Relief Fund, and I kind of started it late, so it's going to run on into Septiembre. So help us, help them by buying some of this sweet merch or donate to them directly